And Oksana, what about you? Tell me what you did before the war. Just tell me, introduce yourself and where you're from.
Mm, First of all, for me, war started in 2013. Then we have the Maidan because I served in army in 2014 till 2017. That's why for me, world this is last 8 years. For this last 4 years before this, uh, I worked in university as a professor economics, and I don't have any relationship before the war with military, with medics, and so on. I am completely scientist and teacher. This is my career in this area. I work in Poland, in Germany. I participated in some education programs in the United States. That's why for me it's really big changes for the last 2 months, and the war. The Russians start this open aggression. I decided I have to return to Ukraine because last 4 years I live in Oman and I work in Muscat in Modern College of Business and Science as a professor of economics. And I just bought the tickets and I decided my place here and my place in the front line as a soldier.
So you came back to Ukraine once the war started. What day did you fly? Well, how long did it take you to get into Ukraine once the war started?
It was really difficult because we understand that everything stopped and no flight. That's why I found the flight to Wroclaw because I need some car to return to Ukraine, and I decided to bought some ambulance. First, I decided to bought one, but my friend helped me and I bought three. Right now, here I bring three cars, and next week I will have three more cars for three more ambulance because my friend they just sent me money and I collect medical stuff, ammunition and something, and just bring here. But I'm not really volunteer because I am serving army. That's why my main place here, and I try to help. I understand that my I I I think the all Ukrainians feel that they do not enough. The all time you feel that it's not enough. You have to do something more. I feel same. This is the strong feeling, and I really try as much as possible. This is like my story for the last two months.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the uh, before the war. Did you, Elena or Oksana, did either one of you believe that the war, which has already been happening for 8 years, was going to expand significantly with the Russian troops at the border? Did you, Oksana, first? What did you think? Did you think it was likely, or did you think it was not?
I feel that the Russia started this war in 2014. I have strong feeling that I saw this streets, this building last time. I wrote the book about that time, and my first story there that I walk in the street in the Kiev, and I like feeling that this is the last. Day that I can see everything as it is, and after the change, the but the war start the great war start after 8 years, but in any case the strong feeling was 8 years ago.
So you always knew that it would come. I guess that today, the current situation, and you'd been on the front lines, and you're originally from Donetsk Oblast, right? What's your town?
I'm
Where are you from?
from Dnipro.
You're from Dnipro. Okay, and which is not far from Donetsk, but you're from the city Dnipro, and that's actually near, where my Katya's from. My fiance is from Kryvyi Rih, so not far from Dnipro. So after the war, you joined the regular army or one of the volunteer battalions?
I start as a volunteer, like I start in 2014 as a volunteer because my friend mobilized in the regular army and I try to help because I really want that he survived. And after I decided, okay, but it's not enough and I can help if I stay in the front line and will be as a driver paramedic. And I help my battalion to like evacuate the injured soldiers and the help as much as possible. But in 2017 the active action just stopped. It's really very calm time, like last 4 years before the February, and I decided that a lot of people want to come and I have to return and I have to continue my career in the area of the science, because in Oman I travel a lot. I do diving, kiting. I bought very nice camping, and we travel a lot in the Oman and the Bahrain and all the cities, all the country nearby the on this Middle East, the beautiful place for the traveling. But 24th of February, I just opened the Facebook and read this message, and I went to the my dean and tell that, sorry guys, but I have the situation in my country and I have to return. That's why right now I have an unpaid leave, and I really do not know how long I will have this unpaid leave. I believe that I can, maybe I will be able to return to Oman, but I'm not really sure that it is possible in the next couple of months. That's
And
like.
are you currently working directly with the Ukrainian army, or are you with a volunteer aid organization?
I served in 57 Brigade.
Okay.
As a soldier.
Okay, so you're back with your old unit then?
No, not old unit, because my old unit, this is 28 Brigade, and it is in Odessa. But right now I'm in the other region, and like it happens
close
that
to
I
the
return
front.
to 57 Brigade, because I decided it is more actions here. But now I read a lot of information about 28 Brigade, and I know how difficult and very strong fight there also. But in any case, I'm here right now.
Okay. And do you have any relatives in Ukraine right now, Oksana?
Yes, I have my mom. I live in Dnipro, but she is safe, and she does not want to move any place, and it's like it's not without any discussion that she wants to stay in Dnipro. That's all. She's very old, and she decides she wants to die here, and she does not want to go any place.
Yeah, I know how that is. My fiance's family is the same way about their hometown, and I admire that, actually. I think it's certainly, they want to be with their friends, their community, no matter what happens, and I admire that. So what's the situation like right now? You are obviously very close to front lines. We won't say where, but you're helping the army. How is the army doing? What's the mood? How is everyone feeling? I know it's a tough fight, and that's where all the attention and focus is going right now, towards the east, in the Donbass. But how are people?
Situation very difficult. We have every day a lot of injuries and deaths, and a lot of information I cannot share. That's why it's very difficult to find that part information that I can share. I see every day how all these places, all these buildings just fire. A lot of airstrikes, the planes, the rockets, bombs, everything that I can see every day here. A lot of crash cars and everything, that just Russia destroyed everything. That I don't think so that any place can survive on the road of the Russian troops. They won't just destroy everything, kill everybody. Does not matter civilian, or the military, or what the place they can see, the school, kindergarten, or other places. They just destroyed everything. That's or we survive or we will die. We don't have any option. Or we will win or they just kill us. That's all.
Wow. So it's really that 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 straightforward. That's what everyone sees as the two possible outcomes is and especially you've been with the soldiers now or the army for 2 months. How did the mood of the soldiers change after the atrocities became public from Bucha? How has that changed the mood of the or the motivation or determination of the military?
As you understand, the if also on all this information that you have that you see in the news, that we had a lot of prison of wars, and then the war started, but the number of these prison of wars later decreased. It's related to the situation that our military or our army see in the Bucha and the Gostomel and the other places, and also we receive a lot of information from the places that the Russian troops occupied. That's why we hate Russians. We hate not just military. We hate all people, because I think all Russian people, because I think that it's not just Putin guilty or the army that come to our land guilty. Every Russian around the world guilty in this situation. They are really or just keep silent or kill Ukrainians. And the main reason of this war, they don't have any denazification or the demilitarization that the Putin told. That just the main reason of this action, just kill all Ukrainians. That's why we don't have any option like kill enemy. That's all.
Yeah, it's really just it's very clear now that it's I think on both sides, but especially for Ukrainians, if you don't evacuate, then and the Russians come, it's not a good situation, and I think that just it might intimidate some people, but I think it makes the whole country much more determined to fight. What I've been seeing and hearing from people, and I just wondering what your experience is with talking to people on the front lines.
You see, also that's like public speaking. If we speak that like one to one, I can share more deep information, but for the public I cannot share. But we understand what we feel in, because it's normal that if somebody come to your home and want to kill you, your family, your relatives, they want to destroy everything, that they just want one thing, that you want kill enemy. That's all. You don't have any other option. That's why we will fight.
Yes, and that's very important, I think, for people to understand is the motivation I've seen among the military has gone up, and I never thought it could go higher than what I saw at the beginning of the war, but it continues to go higher from what I've seen. And I know it's hard fighting right now on the front, but how do you see the troops holding up? How are they doing? What's the energy and mood in the military right now?
It's really good, because now we have the more or less stable front line, because the first couple of weeks the front line move in Donetsk and Lugansk region. Also we have some moving in the Khersonsk Oblast. and right now this is the stable position, and we can use different ammunition. I'm really appreciate all countries that sent all this new ammunition, and it's really help. And I see like soldiers use this, and not just because it help kill Russians, but it also shows us that the other country really care about Ukraine and send this very expensive stuff, and we can use this. And it's not just the one like some brigade can use. You can find the Stinger, Javelin, and all this ammunition in different brigade, and it's not enough. Any case, they have to send more. They have to send more tanks and other system. But any case, they gave something, and we can use this, and that really help us. And we believe that the Great Britain, United States sent more and more ammunition, because you see the same like in 2014 that I told my friends, fight here in Donbass. Another case, the shells, the missiles will come to your houses in Kiev, Lvov, Lutsk, and so on. And now the same situation for the Europe. We Ukrainians try to tell, fight here. Another case, these shells, this Russia come to your country and destroyed your houses. And now you can find in the other places, not near your home. You have to help us. Another case, next week, next month, next year, your family will under this attack. Your father's brother's husband will go to this war. And if you have the chance, just postpone or help the other nation kill the Russians, win in this war. It really help you, not just Ukraine, because it's Russia right now is a Nazi German in 1938. I know a lot of people told same, but it's really same situation like the Poland had in 1938. And or the same like previous, the France, United Kingdom told, okay, that's now not our problem, this is just problem Poland. And the Nazi comes and kill people in France, in United Kingdom, and the other countries. And the same we have right now. If the Europe does not help us, the Russia just comes to the Europe, that's all.
Yeah. Thank you, Oksana, for sharing. And I want to bring Elena in now, because Elena, you're part of a different part of Ukraine, but close. Dnipro and Odessa are both favorite cities of mine to visit. I like to go to Dnipro for the river and the tsunami spawn. You know, just got a lot of friends. It's good town. And but Odessa has also got a special place in everyone's heart, Elena, both from Ukraine, and anyone who's heard of Ukraine probably has heard of Odessa. So tell me a little bit about your life before the 24th of February and how that changed. Were you expecting this, or was it unexpected for you, and what changed?
You see, the crisis was obvious, but I believed until the very end that everything would be solved through the negotiation, because the situation is unthinkable and goes against everything I believe in. So I wanted with all my heart the problem to be solved orally. Unfortunately, the 24th of February, woke up myself and my family with bomb sounds, and make a cross before the war and after war. I'm not sure I was ready, really, and I'm not sure I was ready to accept it for the first several days. I wanted I was weak and wanted to wake up and find out that it was my nightmare. Unfortunately, it lasts.
Mm-hmm. And when did you decide to, well, what did you decide to do after the war started? What changed? What action did you decide to take?
From the very first day, I started to call to all my friends and close people and ask them how are they. And so I rang to the friend of mine. He's a doctor in the hospital, and he said that they have a problem with the equipment, with the medicine, and with the sense to support the building. That's why I started to find necessary for them, and it was my own initiative for the first 2 weeks before I joined the team of Odessa Volunteer Coordination Center. I tried very much. It was very difficult to find necessary medicines, especially. It was very hard to collect money because everyone tried to spend themselves the money for something. I understood that it's impossible to solve the problem with my own, so I understood that we need to unite our power. At that moment, I met Sergei Timchuk. He created on the fourth day. He was early. He is a man much clever than me. So on the fourth day, he understood that solving problem is in synergy effect. So he organized the Odessa Volunteer Coordination Center to support volunteer and to help them to unite their possibilities.
Wow. And so you went from working and you set everything down, started volunteering at the hospital, and now you've formed this alliance or this organization. Tell me more about it. What are you? How many people are in it? What are you doing now, and how are things going?
It was we worked with CRM system at first and anti-crisis management tools. So we developed a CRM system to volunteer team and implement it in their life. We created the first in Ukrainian school anti-crisis management for leaders of volunteer teams, and it helps us to unite 9 teams, and it connect more than 100 people in ordinary life and help us turn them into 500 and even 1,000 people for some projects we take part in. We provide food for delivering to address medicine, food, clothing, and hygiene products to needy people by our partners, and collect money, collect donations, yes, to support our partners in necessary. For example, in the beginning of the war, we have 50 cars that carry necessary things to needy people, to Nikolaev, to Kherson. Now we have on a possibility to fill just 10 cars, but the common unite our possibility. In addition, we help with the selection of personnel for volunteer teams, arranging professional interview with the HR management, because people start with all their heart, but then burn out, and it's very difficult when you appear the empty place in your team. So we help to fulfill this place.
Great. Well, Elena, how is the situation with getting supplies? I know that the port of Odessa is blockaded right now. How are you doing getting supplies? What's the situation about getting help that you need? What is your biggest struggle right now?
The situation with help is very different, really. We can't say that it doesn't exist, but we get humanitarian help by cars. But from time to time, it happens very difficult situation, and we don't know what to do with it. For example, 2 days ago, we were very disappointed with the help from France. We were promised for food for babies and products for elderly and diapers for adults. But got the car fulfilled with clothes for winter, and all of them were old and not very tiny. So now, as I see the situation, now we can help one each other, unite our possibilities. People use their own money to buy necessary things, necessary food, to fill the cars, to get to drive to the necessary place. But we can't take everything by free from our entrepreneurs and manufacturers, because we can't ruin our economy. Many of them wasn't possible to save their business, and there are a lot of people who left without any money for life, and number of people who needs help grow day after day. At first, it were militaries and some society groups. Nowadays, mostly all of us needs some help to feed our children, to feed our cats and dogs and ourselves, to be able to go on to help.
And Elena, how can people help you? I'd love to let those who need, and I'll have our show producers put a link out below this video, wherever people see it. How can people reach out directly to you to help?
I'm afraid to look like greedy woman, but
no, you're trying to help people. How can people give you money to help? So that's not greedy at all.
Yes, but probably the money solves much problems. We have for nowadays we have possibility to buy nearly everything. Due to our militaries, we are in the rear, so we are able to buy and to organize logistic to the necessary place, everything, food, equipment, medicines, but the money is problem. Money is not enough, and we are nearly down with it.
Yeah. Okay, so send us your account details or how people can donate, and I'm happy to give people that link or your account details, because I'd really like to get you the help you need. And Oksana and Elena, I really appreciate both of you coming on and sharing your stories. And Oksana, it's an inspiration to see you back close to the front lines doing what you have been trained to do in the Army. And Elena, thank you for putting everything down and volunteering to help your community. I think it's when I speak to both of you and people like you from all over Ukraine, I understand that it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of how long is this going to take. And I think this is the true strength of Ukrainian society. And I just wanted to thank both of you for all that you're doing.
If I can, I want to say, Oksana, that I admire your courage, and thank you, Samuel, the possibility, the opportunity to be not alone in this awful situation. Thank you.
Completely agree with Elena. Thank you, Samuel, that you provide so important for Ukraine. First of all, help, and also you share information around the world. It's really important that the people around the world know about situation in Ukraine. That's why thank you for your work, and it's really important that you do this.
Well, thank you. And both of you are doing way more. We all feel like we could do more, and I just appreciate what both of you are doing inside the country. I wish I was there. We hope to get back soon. My fiance and I are looking forward to coming back, and we'll be there as soon as we can make it. I've just got a few things to take care of in America over the next few months with family stuff, but we'll be back. So, all right. Thank you, both of you. And thank you, everyone. If you want to donate and help Elena, please do. We'll share the details. And Oksana, keep donating to the Ukrainian army. They're having a really good time with all of the supplies we're sending. And I'll be speaking to all my contacts to push for more supplies. And I hope to see you make great use of all the switchblades and javelins and stingers and tanks, everything we're sending out there. So,
thank you.
All right.